What's going on, guys? So I'm gonna show you guys how did I fill this in with paint. I haven't done it with my TR68 yet, but it's next on the block. I recently painted this one, the Gen 2 TR50, with just minimal paint. It looks pretty nice, looks cleaner than my Gen 1. I didn't used to have the blue lettering, but once I did it to this one first, it looked pretty nice, and it's a little bit. I feel like the HDB68 would have been the easier one to do this on, but I didn't really experiment with things like this at the time. I was just kind of filling it in with some paint. So I got these paints from a while back. I think last summer, I cleaned out like an apartment. There's these people that were not paying rent for like years. So I'm in California, so it's really hard to evict people. Anyways, these were paints that were in that evicted apartment thing. So I'm gonna use the green one. I don't know if this is acrylic. It just says 3D paint, non-toxic, Duncan Crafts, Scribbles, 3-dimensional, shiny green paint, not toxic, 3D paint. Dries flat 24 hours, wash after 72. Painting on most surfaces, including basically a lot of cloths, felt, canvas, leather, terracotta, and then it has glass, leather, metal, tin, mirror, paper mache, plastic, and wood. I don't have a sealer. It says to apply sealer. I don't really care to seal them up because I think they're fine the way they are. So I'm gonna put this on here. Stop blabbing. So I just shake this paint thingy up just to mix it up pretty good. And you should probably clean the surface off with like alcohol cleanser. I'm just gonna use hand sanitizer. And once I clean this off, I'm gonna let it dry. I'll pause the video so it doesn't go on for like 10 minutes needlessly. And so I just put a little dab of hand sanitizer on this. I'm just going to clean that area, and since it's alcohol, it should dry off sort of quick. So this is just to make sure the paint sticks good. You don't, well, I haven't had to like sandpaper or anything, or sand anything, buff it down. I haven't had to do that. But you will want another paper towel or the same one, or a cloth, probably a paper towel, to wipe off the paint, because you're basically going to put kind of a lot on this to fill in all those little nooks and crannies, and then smear it around with your finger like one way, and it'll fill in all those gaps. And then after that, you're going to wipe it down. So I'll be right back once this dries. All right, it's been like a minute or two. It's dried up pretty good. I've been shaking the green paint. So you're going to, if you don't have bottles with nozzles like this, you'll need to use like a brush or something. I'm not like a huge artist or anything. I can draw kind of, but I'm not the greatest at that type of stuff. So I'm just going to put some paint in here just to get into these like larger words. And if you get stuff on the outside, it's completely fine, because you're going to wipe it down with your finger pretty soon. And I'm just trying to get paint into all these little grooves. And then when you use your finger, I mean, if you have like a silicone blade, it might work too, but I just use my finger because I don't have like a bunch of art supplies or nothing like that. So I'm just going to clean this off real quick. And you might have to reapply it at least once, but just pick one way to go. I'd probably go out toward the barrel, front of the barrel, and just kind of smush that in there. And with the paint that's on your finger, you can kind of like push into the other crevices if you missed any. You can also hit this again. So that's kind of as good as I'm going to be able to get it for right now. And it looks pretty filled in now. There's a couple little spots, but I could hit it again, or I could just settle for however it looks. So get your paper towel and just wipe it to one side. Try not to get paint into any like the inside of the barrel right here and stuff. It shouldn't be that hard to do. I did those other ones pretty quickly. I'm just going to reposition this so I can get this a little bit better. And then afterwards, you may have to hit it with like another alcohol-based cleaner or something, maybe just like your fingernail, and kind of scrape off any of this excess paint. You can also try to get it off there while it's sort of drying off. I haven't done that yet with my other ones that I painted very recently, the TR50 stuff. So this is pretty much done. It came out pretty good. It's all filled in and stuff. It was not hard to do. So that's how it's probably going to look in the future. I may take off some of this stuff. It's a little bit excessive. Or maybe some of the back end. I don't know. I'll figure out what to do. It's not, I don't know. It looks fine to me. I don't care. I don't take this one out the house or anything. So this has been like curing for like almost 24 hours, this part. And this has been curing for also about 24 hours. There's a little bit of paint on it still, but it's pretty easy to do, just to put paint on there and just run your finger over it and then kind of fill in little spots. There's a little bit of a empty spot on the R right there. I don't feel like it's necessary to hit it with the red paint. And there's a little bit of blue missing on that R also. But yeah, it's just a cool little thing you can do to sort of personalize your TR50 stuff, or T4E things, I should say. I didn't really want to use yellow because it would look, I don't know, I don't like black and yellow that much. And then red, I have it already on the TR50 and my HDB. I obviously don't want to put black on something. I mean, maybe I could put black on this, but I like the blue. And I painted these sights. I painted both these sights, actually. So I repainted this one because the paint fell off. And then I painted these green because they were white before. Now they're green. And the Gen 2 has the fiber optic, so I can't really do much with that. And yeah, that's it. So have a good one. Hopefully if you do this, your paint comes out good. And I mean, the only other thing I can think of to wipe off sort of wet paint, it would be like acetone or something like paint thinner, but it could mess up the plastic, so I wouldn't advise doing that. I haven't tried it myself, so I can't really tell you one way or the other, like, do not do that, or it should be fine. If you have one of these lying around and you don't care, I mean, I guess you could try paint thinner or lacquer, or forgot what else it's called, like just some solvent based paint stripper kind of stuff. But that's it for this video. You guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time.